So much. Hi, guys. I hope everybody has been doing well. It's so good to see your names in the chat. It's so good to say hi. I miss you guys. I'm so glad you guys are here. Today we are watching the Nike Hoop Summit. So you know that LSU signed 4 5 stars. 3 of them are playing today in the Nike Hoop Summit. One of them, Bella Hines, she's playing for Team World. She's representing Mexico. And then Grace Knox and ZaKiyah Johnson are representing Team USA. So I'm gonna stream them anytime I get a chance to stream anything. I'm always wanting to, of course. So we'll watch them. Of course, Monday we have the WNBA draft. We have to send off Anissa, which I'm not ready for. Yeah, so I was going to use this stream to just talk about some of the other LSU news. Samaya Smith transferred out. ADR transfers out. Jersey Wolfenbarger transfers out. Laster Poa transfers out. We signed Kate Colville. We're in the mix for some other names. It's just a lot going on. So we're going to break down everything. We'll talk about it all. So happy you guys are here. So we are going to go ahead and stream this game. It starts at 6:30. So let me take a look. Is my mic okay? Is the stream okay so far? We're back, fam, so just let me know.
Stay flat. I just wanna get rich and talk shit. Not like I don't got shit to talk big, nigga. I just wanna give it to the topic. To these hating ass niggas in the back that can't win. I faded off the Casamigos and Hennessito. Rubbing on me, taking me home. I got a free coat.
The whole backcourt gone. I mean, we don't got nobody in the front court for real, except for Kate Colville and Grace Knox. We did sign Kate Colville, so shout out to Kate, 6'5" forward from Ukraine, and I can
takes on the world once again for all the glory.
So let's get in
on the
here for our
hardwood. Glad to have you
girlies.
along. Well,
Of
courtside everybody,
course,
no
we
Eagle,
pray
LaChina
for your
Robinson,
safety,
Jordan
pray
Cornette
for
should
the
be a
injuries
really fun
so
night of
that they
basketball.
have
If you're a hoop head
an
like we
amazing
are,
time.
this is exactly what you're looking
And
for.
here we
You've got
go,
the
y'all.
best young women
Give
from
me
the
1
U.S., the
second
best
and
young women
we'll
from
talk,
the
though. We're
world. Only the
definitely
third
gonna
time that we're going to see them out on the court, and we're excited for what we're about to see, which should be elite level talent.
Yeah, it's a great time for women's basketball, coming off of the Final Four in Tampa, where we saw Nike Hoop Summit alum in action. And then we've got the WNBA draft on Monday. But today, we get to see the best in the world and in the United States go head-to-head.
You mentioned that a couple of the best in the world were here just a couple years ago, eventually making their way to college. I mean, look at these names: Booker, Hidalgo, Watkins. Just 2 years ago were Nike Hoop Summit participants, and now 2025 first-team All-Americans across the board. One of them, the National College Player of the Year, and Juju obviously taking the world of basketball by storm. So we expect to see the next generations of stars. Who should we be looking out for? That's going to be the next one to take the world by storm.
Yeah, starting with the world team representing Canada, it's Agathe McKeer. She is headed to play her college basketball with John Staley at South Carolina. We're talking about a 6'1" combo guard that can create her shot from anywhere on the floor with speed and athleticism. And on the other side for Team USA, it is the #1 rated player in the country, Aaliyah Chavez. She was also the Naismith and Gatorade Player of the Year, and at 5'11", she is a lead guard that has exceptional shooting from the outside, and she plays with a lot of pace, and that's going to fit in well at Oklahoma, where she's headed.
Yeah, they are pumped in Norman for what they're about to see. Chavez is a playmaker at the highest level, averaged nearly 35 points per game this year in her senior season. So McKeer and Chavez are the headliners, but nearly everybody in this game is pretty much the best player on the team that they've played every single year up to this point. That includes Risa Shea, that includes Sumfei, along with Shales and Bukosa for Team World. Skinner, Davidson, Francis, and Betts will round out the 5 for head coach Dan Rolfus. 3rd USA basketball coaching assignment, 2nd as a head coach. He's excited to get out there, get some pressure going, maybe get some easy baskets in transition for his team. Carly Clark has been the head coach all 3 years now for the world team, and both of them, it felt like, are trying to implore their groups to go out and play with some force, play with a little bit of emotion here tonight.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to watch the balance between, we want you to have some fun, but we also really want you to play well and win. So some people see this as like an all-star game, and it is, because it's the best of the best, but at the same time, they definitely want to win, and each team is representing their country, and that means a lot.
Our officials, Erica Parker, Hector Sanchez, and Julius Guzman. And we are underway, third Hoop Summit on the women's side. It's the U.S. that gets the ball first. Davidson goes right to work, couldn't finish, follows it up, and a second chance for the United States. So much talent on the floor. They're going to run through Chavez. Generally a good idea. 34.5 points per game, 48, 38, 89 splits in her senior season, and the easy deuce down low. You go to the size, and Sienna Betts is usually a good bet.
Yeah, right away they get Sienna Betts involved on the left side of the floor. She's a lefty. You might recognize that last name, but we'll get into that a little bit later.
Sister Lauren, an All-American this year at UCLA. Nice drive and finish for Risa Shea.
Risa Shea just so smooth. One of the players that Coach Clarkson, she's been most impressed with in this last week.
Betts can't finish on this one. McKeer grabs the rebound, tripped, no whistle. It is international rules here, so the FIBA rules that we saw during the Olympics this past summer. A lot of physical play that we saw in Paris, and expect a lot of that here with both the men and the women tonight. Second chance, wide open, easy bucket inside for Vukosa.
You see what Team USA wants to do. They're going to scramble on defense, play high risk, high reward, and the world has to really stay calm and patient, and they did on that possession.
Oh, rejected. McKeer just tracked Chavez step for step.
McKeer has a lot of length, boy. We checked the wingspan, and I still want to remeasure. They said 6'3". I think it's more like 6'6".
I'm going to trust you as Somfay creates a 6-0 run for Team World. This was a close game last year with the U.S. and the world on the women's side. 83-80 U.S. win, but they had to come from behind after trailing by 14 at the half.
Lots of pressure here by the world team, which I expected it from USA, but boy, the world's getting it after defensively as well.
Davidson comes up short. Risa Shea claims the board, and the outlet goes to Shales, who will run the show. The Australian plays for the Townsville Fire of the WNBL, and a turnover.
Yes, dear, that is correct. Number 7, Big O, included LSU, one of her top
for Emily Skinner.
Yeah, Coach Rolfa said we want about 8 to 10 points in this game off of our defense, and Skinner does an excellent job there of getting out and running in a fast break situation.
Spray it out. Risa Shea, whose brother was the #1 overall pick in the NBA draft last year, one of the front runners potentially for the Rookie of the Year, but they turn it over back to the U.S.
Well, it's been all the defense so far setting the tone. It got McKeer with a major block there on Aaliyah Chavez, using that wingspan, and then the drop down low in the easy bucket. We've seen a lot of easy paint points so far for the world when they take their time and really come through the pressure with patience and can see the floor.
Betts has her second bucket.
Cannot say enough about Sienna Betts' game. Just great at the face-up. She's an exceptional passer. Going to be a great asset for Corey Close, as you mentioned, playing alongside her sister next season.
Now, how about the fact that Betts has won the Gatorade Colorado Player of the Year the last 5 years? What a pass and finish. That is some elite offense from the world. So Sissi, Sissi gets on the board. Early changes for the world.
And both teams getting paint points, but just in different ways.
Chavez comes up short. Shales had it taken away, taking candy from a baby, and some early impressive moments for Emily Skinner.
Listen, Duke Blue Devil fans should be very excited because Skinner is going to be a fantastic player for Kara Lawson and Durham.
Extra pass and finish Sissi with back-to-back buckets.
Yes, Sissi. Easy one in the paint, and right now the United States is bringing the pressure, but there's no help defense on the backside, and rotations are slow.
Now, you mentioned the Olympics as we were talking earlier. Just think about how close that gold medal game was with the U.S. and France, and to see another up-and-comer coming out of France. Just so much talent right now from that country as the men and the women both come away with silvers in their home Olympics. Open look, Skinner can't stay hot. Rebound poked around, knocked out of the hands of Davidson, and Betts finally claims for another chance for the U.S. Now Davidson on the attack. Chavez.
She is usually money. The world got lucky on that one. But you mentioned us watching, especially a team like France in the Olympics, and you look at Risa Shea, you look at Sissi, and they have that long athletic build that basically the entire France roster was comprised of. Great steal, great hands by Betts.
Get it up ahead in transition, and the first foul of the game is going to send Skinner to the free throw line.
Boy, this has been a good back and forth. And how about the no look by Risa Shea on the
#1 overall pick to Atlanta. He shared a great moment at the NBA draft. And he has really played well over the last month and a half, averaging 16 points per game in his last 20 or so games and shooting the ball at a really elite clip from 3 at 39%.
Kayshanomics, thank you so much,
we expected Skinner to be heavily involved. When you talked to Dan Wolfus, he mentioned her particularly impressing.
I love her
practice.
Yeah, and a lot of it has to do with her business and I really hope to the game. I noted that Carol Lawson has talked about that in terms of why she wanted her to come play at Duke. She is constantly trying to
welcome
get better,
to our Bayou Bella
ethic. And I've been a fan of her court vision. I think it's phenomenal.
He gets rid of it. Knock away and a steal. Yetch had it taken away. Get it up ahead, and another transition opportunity taken advantage as Jazzy Davidson puts it home.
Good luck trying to catch Jazzy Davidson, but how about Betts in the footwork? She is coming up to the top of the floor, having to play in the trap, and then recovering for the block.
Can get it done on both ends of the floor, and the U.S. has taken a slim 2-point cushion just past the midway point of this first quarter.
You can't be demanding. You can't be relentless. You can't put yourself first. So, put yourself first.
It take more. Great. I know what it take. It take more. Dig it fat boy. I know what it take to hold that gold and be the greatest. I know what it take to pull up AMG the latest. I know what it take to keep on going when you hate it, yeah. I know that it's worth it when you torn and you made it. I know what it take to hold that gold and be the greatest. I know what it take to pull up AMG the latest. I know what it take to keep on going when you hate it, yeah. I know that it's worth it when you torn and you made it. I know what it take to be the great. I know what it take. Don't hesitate. I know what it take to be the face. I know what it take to elevate. Yeah, I know it take more, so I don't care about what others do. No one causing trouble when I'm drafted to the W. You gotta keep on grinding when your family lit because of you. And ain't no looking back, you gotta chase the dreams in front of you. Dreams I gotta chase them, my failures I just embrace them. My fans and I gotta grace them. It just come with some patience. They know I'm the sickest, now they gotta turn their dosage up. I know how I feel to wear that ring and throw that trophy up. Another level, take it up. I could never make it up. I just had to shake it up. Diamonds, they hydrate enough. I just give them tastes of what it really take, because you can never make it up. Greatness what I'm chasing up. I know what it take to hold that gold and be the greatest. I know what it take to pull up AMG the latest. I know what it take to keep on going when you hate it, yeah. I know that it's worth it when you torn and you made it. I know what it take.
Discover the extraordinary life in your own backyard. The Americas, tomorrow on NBC and Peacock. Beautiful scenes here in Portland. Sienna Betts on her way to UCLA. You say, wow, 6'4", major size. Well, it's in the genes. Her father, Andrew, Long Beach State basketball player. Her mother, an elite volleyball player. Her sister, 6'7". Here's my thing, because they did overlap for 1 year in high school. How do you feel if you failed an algebra exam and then you go to the game and you say, wait, I have to play against those two on the other side of the court?
Oh,
that had to be brutal.
Good luck getting a rebound.
Right.
Can you imagine that?
That had to be impossible.
I've been impressed with the family genes and the way they're showing up in both Lauren and Sienna Betts. Their family has so much to be excited about.
And that's going to be out of bounds before the bucket. So the first U.S. turnover, the world already with 5 turnovers leading to 10 United States points in just a 2-point ball game.
That's how many Coach Rolfes wanted in the game.
Yeah.
Altogether. He's gotten it already early in the first 5 minutes.
Bella Hines is on the floor, as is Popovich now out there for the first time. McDowell as well. Good ball movement from the world with 6 to shoot. It's Hines off the screen, curls around, kick it out, open look. Popovich knocks it down.
Really impressed with the ball sharing of the world team as we watch their practices. And Hines with an excellent find. She could have forced it at the rim, but found Popovich out on the perimeter.
Popovich plays for ZKK Mega Basket, one of the elite programs over in Serbia. Follow the miss and the easy bucket. Nice job just sticking with it for Alex Eschmeyer.
Eschmeyer has good length and size. There's a thin rotation in the post for the United States. I mean, they can throw a couple of bigger guards in there, but they've got about a 3-player rotation with Eschmeyer, Betts, and Knox.
7 to shoot for Hines again at the controls. Off the screen, couldn't squeeze it through, and the 6th turnover for the world. Get it up ahead, Davidson behind the defense. Double team comes, dump it off, lay it off.
Swing just off, but that is the type of pass that Skinner can make in the open floor. I mean, that was right to the hands of Jazzy Davidson, who's always running the floor.
Attack mode, yes, with a chance for 3.
And that is another player that I have been really impressed with. Ndang Yech, off of the bounce, listed as 6'2", looks longer than that, but that's a tough finish, taking contact. I mean, when you walk in the gym, you see a pro body off top, and you're like, wow, look at those arms, look at the build, look at the shoulders, and that was a pro move.
Committed to Florida for next year, a big get for Kelly Ray Finley. They haven't made the tournament since 2022. You got a feeling that Yech is coming in there to change that real quick.
It definitely increases your chances. I know the SEC is tough, but I'm putting my money on Yech.
Number
Chavez.
11.
Oh, great look inside. Just couldn't finish, but a foul is called. So it'll send Eschmeyer to the free throw line for 2 more.
Leah Chavez just lulling the defense to sleep, and Eschmeyer staying active on the backside of that defense. Good in the pick and roll. As you know as well as I do, as you go on in the women's game, you see more of that pick and roll action, especially in the WNBA. They run a lot of that.
That was the part of the game that you and Dan Rolfes really admired from Chavez, because the scoring numbers are obvious. When you average about 35 points per game, it's going to be obvious, but her court vision is clear when you watch her play.
And her ability to make that adjustment, knowing that she's going to be playing with better talent, obviously, in this game and as her career goes on, and knowing how to get everyone involved and that she doesn't have to do it all.
Aaliyah Crump and ZaKiyah Johnson on the floor for the U.S. 3 ball, Yech a little too strong. Weak side rebound, strong putback. Isla McDowell doing work.
Yeah, Isla McDowell also headed to South Carolina to play her college basketball for Dawn Staley, representing Brazil. Gives you a lot of length. I really like her shooting ability from the outside, though, Noah. Speaking of which, it's like water when Chavez gets the shot going.
Just so smooth off the bounce in particular. By the way, do you think that Isla McDowell has to hear about coming to America her entire life? Is that just part of the deal? Because that's all I could think about as I was thinking of her name.
It's the only time you think of McDowell. Yeah, I mean, come on.
Hines up and under. That's pretty.
We have 3 players headed to LSU in this game to play for Kim Mulkey. We also have Sylvia Fowles somewhere in the building, so a lot of Tiger love in here today.
Chavez again. A little bit short, long rebound. Chavez fell, Hines has it. McDowell streaking for the open lane.
Really good pass. I like the way that Hines is running this team, her reads, playing at a very high level early.
So LSU #1 recruiting class in the country this year. Oh, rejected inside. Vukosa was in the right place at the right time to swat it.
Going back to Team USA, and Chavez just has the ball on a yo-yo. You don't know if you got to guard her off the dribble. If you don't put your hands up, she's going to make you pay. And then here, Hines hustling for this one out in the open floor, and McDowell, the beneficiary of the finish.
Oh, nice out-of-bounds play. Chavez, easy.
Coach Rolfes would be very happy with that. Felt like he needed a little more practice time. Didn't know if the team was going to be ready the way he wanted them to, but that was perfectly executed.
Another turnover, another transition bucket, coast to coast for the lay. Aaliyah Crump with her first field goal.
I'm a Aaliyah Crump fan. Watched her play for the first time at overtime elite at one of their girls' events, and she's going to Texas to play for Vic Schaefer. They need some outside shooting. She's really good at it, so she is going to add great value playing in the backcourt beside Madison Booker, who's an alum of this Nike Hoop Summit.
ZaKiyah running, doesn't need it. Impressive finish with the left. So CC has come in and provided a nice boost off the bench for Team World, who keeps this 2-point lead. 2-point opportunity taken. That was smooth.
Yeah, that's the three I'm talking about. I think Texas was somewhere near the bottom when it came to three-pointers made per game this season. Well, don't have to worry about that so much next year.
Think about a team that made the Final Four, fresh off that run. That one a little bit off from Burek, and then the rebound knocked out of bounds, staying here.
Aaliyah Crump gives you some size on the perimeter right here. She's a couple of steps back from three, so you have to extend the defense. And going back to that execution here, a little up screen by Bedson. Don't stay long enough. The defense kind of cheats it, and Chavez gets an easy one.
So now you only got a 2-second different shot clock and game clock. We'll see how long the World takes this down. Not for long enough. Sumpfei comes up a little bit short and then knocked out. It'll stay with the World once again. 6.9 seconds left in the first and 5 on the shot clock. Dan Rolfes has to be pleased with the defensive intensity that his team has brought so far in this first quarter. Still barking out instructions. Really cool just to see all of these talented players on the court together. You just don't know when you're going to get that again. And so, yeah, they realize with it hitting the rim, just raising, they're going to have to shut the shot clock off. So the World can hold for the final shot here with 5 seconds left. Sumpfei is going to have to put it up. Forces, nearly banked home. But the U.S. side will go into the second with a 1-point lead. The United States thriving off of the turnovers that they've forced in the first, as the elite of the elite from the U.S. and the world are in a battle after one.
The Kia K4 and K5.
So baby, it's the Kings right here. You got to know we guap it, package extra sloppy. Don't I love my vegetable, extra cheese and broccoli. Don't young lady like to kick it like karate. Don't I be with J Money serving everybody? Ain't we up in Magic City throwing up the private? Ain't me and Tip taking off like a rocket? Ain't my money long? Ain't I still putting on?
Let's go. Yeah, see the greatest. They really be capping, I see the hate. I be beating the beat like I need a baby. And I'm stacking the hundreds, you see the acres. They tryna be funny, I'm tryna get money. I guess in the end, I'ma see you later. And I just want a daddy, did it for my daddy. They see in my face, man, I'm in the paper. Man, I'm one of the ones, you see the truth. You don't gotta respond if you really know. I came up from the bottom and now I'm golden. And I throw you the ooh, we like Shaq and Kobe. We were riding the Nissan, blocking like D-line. I'm going up and I cannot look behind. Please do not copy, I'm probably gon' decline. They think that I'm stopping, I'm still going beyond. I did the impossible, break every obstacle, tryna get money. Yeah, we coming like Dion. When you get to the top, the hunters don't stop. And it is a must that I get it like Elon, yeah. I got bread, I can get you a piece. Keep a double, I feel like I'm Reese. Ain't no trouble, I'm keeping the peace. It ain't mad cause I came out the east. They can't fathom, I came out of beast. I'm my mama, I came out of beast. At the top, I'm not looking beneath. You my dog, we don't gotta compete. Yeah, all you gotta do is run that check up and get paid. They ain't believe it, now I got me one way. Yeah, I come from a place where you gotta go eat. If you do what I do, you a product of me. I done did it again and I'm not in my peak. If you gang it, we gang, you ride it.
So with a dream, my cardigan. Welcome to the land of fame excess. Am I gonna fit in? Jumped in the cab, here I am for the first time. Look to my right and I see the Hollywood sign.
This is what Trae Young had to say about the top recruit attending his alma mater. Aaliyah's the next Paige Beckers, the next Juju Watkins, the next Caitlin Clark of college basketball. It's exciting that she's going to be in Norman. We get to support her. He said he's going to be trying to support her any opportunity that he has. It's a big deal, obviously, for a program like Oklahoma to secure the services of somebody this talented. Made it to a Sweet 16 last year, and it feels like now the sky is the limit as the Sooners look to take that next step.
Yeah, head coach Jenny Baranchek has done a great job getting that team back to old Oklahoma form. You mentioned the Sweet 16 appearance, first since 2013, and then you add pieces like Chavez, who are a program-changing type player. And we've drawn some comparisons, actually, from some WNBA alums. Sylvia Fowles and Helen Darling both saying that Chavez reminds them a lot of Carol Lawson, the head coach at Duke, who had a long, illustrious career as a member of USA Basketball, played college at Tennessee, now the head coach at Duke, and I can agree with that.
Just getting it done in the mid-range as well, showing off the entire arsenal so far, three-level score. Makir's back on the floor, bouncing inside, nice seal, and then a foul's going to be called on Betts. So it's a good job of doing your work early if you're Sarah Sassi.
Yeah, and holding it and not getting the 3-second call, which I thought was on the way. Yes, Sassi is the player who has surprised me so far in this game, and the way she's able to use her body, how well she moves.
So you look at this world roster. You have Makir representing Canada, Yech representing Canada. Denia Prall's not playing in this game with a lower body injury, but also representing Canada. Then you've got Sassi, who's come out with a real hot start from France. We mentioned Risa Shea and what she's done representing France. We've got a couple of Australians in this game. There's Prall. Unfortunate the Tennessee commit could not get on the floor, but still there to cheer on her teammates. And just think about the overall game globally and how much it's grown as Betts gets an easy one underneath. It's just going to be so much fun to watch these countries continue to build what have already become pretty strong programs.
And what I love about this Nike Hoop Summit event is you get to see what will be the build-up to future Olympics early, right? These will be the players that will be playing down the line, you know, the not too near future.
Sassi's going to get more free throws. And I'll tell you what, Risa Shea and Sassi have a nice chemistry out on the court. She's already found her a couple times inside for some good looks.
Yeah, very good connections. And even through the traffic, you see the trapping, and Risa Shea just cool, calm, and collect. And Sassi takes her time as well. Betts comes in late on the play with the foul.
Picks up her second foul just a little over a minute into this second quarter, so she's going to have to sit. You get 5 fouls in FIBA rules, and the big key is technical fouls do count. Not that I expect us to see any technical fouls at the Nike Hoop Summit, but you never know.
Yeah.
You expect the unexpected in this game.
Listen, I'm all for it.
So Chavez will
all righty, welcome to my girl Grace Knox, number 15
nice
in
pass
white.
and the cut
LSU
and finish.
Tiger
Skinner just has a feel for the game.
And Davidson with the patience, and she's a lot stronger than she may look. She's deceptively strong. She's thin and wiry, but got that pass up and over, and Skinner is always cutting to the basket.
Kickball called here, so they'll reset in the backcourt.
A little bit of an awkward angle here on the pass by Jazzy Davidson, but she finds a way to get there and makes the read. Out of the corner of her eye, sees Skinner on the reverse finish.
Timeout on the floor, 8:19 to play in this first half, and we've still got a battle, just a 3-point game here in Portland.
Hi, you might know me from my other job, but I'm a business owner too. Here at Once Upon a Farm, we chose the capital
special. And, you know, you can definitely see that European play a little bit, the European style, where she can do a lot, and she's very mature, and just her IQ is unbelievable. Even just the summer workouts, you could see everybody was like in awe being able to watch her play, and just the decision making that she had. She's just incredibly smart and incredibly gifted at basketball, and I'm really excited for her career.
She's had a couple passes this preseason that have just, Coach Abby will talk about it, but like passes that you wouldn't see a freshman make, maybe more like sophomore, junior, but someone with more experience, and she's making them as a freshman.
She's so dominant, but I think I'm most impressed by her confidence, because sometimes as a post, even as a player, in my post players, my
Aston Villa takes on Newcastle next Saturday, 12:30 Eastern, NBC and Peacock. Glad to be back here at the Nike Hoop Summit. We expect the legends in the building, and I think we found one. Jordan Cornette standing by with Sylvia Fowles.
No, that's right. We got Sylvia Fowles here. And Sylvia, look, I could mention all the accolades. We don't have enough time to mention them, but I do need to start with congratulations, elected to the Naismith Memorial Hall of Fame class. How's it feel?
It feels great. Definitely a full circle moment of all my hard work that I put in over the last couple of years. So I'm happy that I'm able to enjoy this moment.
Sylvia, you say you're happy now, but when you came over here, you said, I'm angry right now. You're growling at me. Why are you so upset right now?
I'm growling because Team USA not rebounding right now. And I think that's a big part of what we lacking right now, because we can be up by a good 15 comfortably.
It's definitely a competitive game right now, Sylvia. Watching these young women, hearkening back to your time playing the game at this age, something like 2 decades ago, how's the game evolved?
It evolved a lot. Outside of us being like one-dimensional and just have to worry about basketball, you see the flourish of like what these women bring full to the table, and I'm loving like all the aspects of it. But the game is tight as well.
Sylvia, you have a heavy hand in Team USA on the development side. Can you elaborate on what your role has become and how you're helping grow this game on the U.S. side?
I'm just here as an ambassador, giving insight of what it takes to the next level, from high school to college, from college to the pros. But just giving them a little bit of insight, but also letting them understand that these are the foundations that you're trying to lay. And I think this is the great time for them to be getting that overseas exposure if they're going to be in the USA program.
Well, these young women out here are hoping to become a Sylvia Fowles. They're hoping to become a Simone Augustus. Somebody you're also being elected into this Hall of Fame class with. How exciting is that honor?
It's phenomenal. I played with Maya in Minnesota. I played with Sue on USAB. And so to see us go in this class together, I think it says a lot about the women's sport.
Sylvia, please no barking or yelling out there. Try not to be too angry. Your team's out there competing, having fun. I'll let you get back to it. Thanks for hanging with me.
I'm trying not to be a coach, but I'm being a coach right now, yes.
Still what you can, though, over here.
Yeah, understandable, Jordan. It's hard to remove that player from within. And by the way, while she was talking, it felt like USA ramped up a little bit of the intensity, offensive glass, and one, and now some more free throws.
Yeah, I looked down at the rebounding just to check, and she's right. The world is up +4 right now on the glass. But it's just great to hear from Sylvia Fowles. I would argue that this Naismith class of Sue Bird, Sylvia Fowles, Maya Moore may be the greatest women's class of all time. But Sylvia was being very modest in terms of her hand and her involvement in USA basketball. She also serves on some selection committees. The Junior National Team Committee member, which selects athletes for U18, U19 pipeline. She's a current member of the USA Basketball Board of Directors as of October, and that will run for 4 years through the 28 Olympics. So just stepping up in a major way and taking responsibility for the growth of this game. Now that she's done playing, she wants to see the next generation continue to thrive, and she's putting her money where her mouth is, but her time is the biggest asset.
Must-see TV, by the way, in her prime.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
oh, my gosh.
One of just the elite WNBA players that we've gotten to see throughout her career. Minnesota, obviously, the you want to call it a dynasty that they built. I would say that would be an understatement for what Cheryl Reeve has done over the course of her career, but certainly that stretch with her and Maya and everybody that they brought in was just phenomenal basketball.
Well, what was interesting is, you know, a future LSU Tiger knocks down a free throw while Sylvia is doing the interview. But what's interesting is I thought that the back-to-the-basket post player like Sylvia Fowles was a lost art. Ricochet, that was nasty.
That was impressive. That was real impressive.
But Lauren Betts has brought back the to the basket post with just pure footwork and love to get down in the paint and bang, and I've enjoyed that aspect of her game.
We're seeing it from Sienna already, getting inside early in this one. A nice floater. That's just a line drive that goes down for Jazzy Davidson.
I hadn't seen the post move from Jazzy Davidson. Back to the basket, just strong.
McDowell, and she does draw the contact.
Okay, Risa Shea representing France very well on this finish. I mean, just over the top, just enough hang time. Didn't need the backboard to finish that, just right through. And then Jazzy Davidson showing some toughness, showing some strength, just dipped that shoulder a little bit with a nice finish to the middle.
She went right back at her, too. Similar type finish. You've got Davidson, who got quite the ovation when she was introduced before the game today from Clackamas, Oregon, which is very close by here in Moda Center. All-time leader for 6A girls scoring in high school in Oregon with over 2,000 career points. One of 3 players to be named a Naismith High School All-American first teamer this year, along with Betts and Chavez. So incredibly accomplished, averaged nearly 30 points per game in her senior season this past year as well. And USC fans are going to get real comfortable watching her continuing to dice defenses up just like that, but she can't finish.
Yeah, and one thing Sylvia Fowles actually observed yesterday at practice, that said, who stood out to you so far? And she said Jazzy Davidson. She said she does everything right. She makes the right read. She works hard. Good teammate.
Finds Spicer for the wide open triple. We got a sound there on the horn, not sure entirely why, with 6:14 to play, as Carly Clark is looking for some level of an explanation. See if we can get one. And there will be a timeout. So we'll step away with 6:14 to play in this first half, and Team USA is starting to extend.
When I'm out of town, I be tripping, I be on one. Why he taking pictures in that lamb, he don't own one. Shades on my face, not Dior, these the chrome ones. He say he a rapper, I ain't never heard his song once. For my son, I shoot it on him. Everybody started acting weird when I glowed up. If I get a deal, I get the max pay. When I argue with my girl, she said that essay. I rub and listen when I'm chillin' on my resting. I'm tryna kick it with your being messy. Hey, no, because I
tapping on my post cause it's Louis. You in my section, I don't know, it's giving groupie. Yeah. Big bag, get a big bag chaser, yeah. Big cash, flip a big drag racer, yeah. You in my DM, I just a tad later, yeah. I went to buy some land and told them add acres, yeah. I'm running up a check, I'm in my bag, baby, yeah. I pulled up in Atlanta with the scat, baby, yeah. They tripping bad, they want attention sad. I put up AMG, just off the Tinder ad. They walking around my car. What kind of whip is that? I'm going super hard. I got the fit to match. I got the whip to match. I got the wrist to match. My diamonds mix and match.
Point of the second quarter, 9-point United States lead. Jazzy Davidson has been a big reason why. For more on that, we go to Jordan.
Yeah, just piggybacking though off what LaChina was saying, echoing the sentiment from Sylvia about Jazzy as a player. She truly, when I asked her, I said, who stood out? Emphatically, wasting no time, Sylvia said, it's absolutely Jazzy. She is the perfect player. She's complete. She does everything defensively and offensively. When I look at all this talent out here, she has stood out without question. She's going to make an impact for USC right away, which I'd kick back to you, LaChina, with Juju Watkins, into the season, that ACL injury. You expect her to miss a lion's share of next year. What kind of impact do you expect Jazzy to have for the Trojans?
I think Jazzy Davidson could have a huge impact for the Trojans. They did have a couple players in the backcourt transfer, so it opens up some spots in the rotation. And I think what Lindsey Gottlieb will love most is her defensive tenacity. I mean, I really enjoyed watching USC on that side of the ball. And you think about her alongside Kendi Smith for USC, who is a dog defensively. Good luck doing anything on offense with those two. Kendi Smith, obviously an alum of the Nike Hoop Summit game, had a big game last year with 24 points in this contest.
Played 34 minutes, major minutes being played. The U.S. did have two that didn't see the floor for a variety of reasons, including Sarah Strong, who just went on a ridiculous run to win the NCAA tournament. Davidson, to your point on the defensive intensity, we've seen her get in a couple passing lanes early in this first half. Her willingness to kind of get in there and scrap has been impressive and really stood out. The 3 assists, and now looking to add some more at the free throw line. So Davidson stays on the floor. Jordan Spicer getting some extended run towards this second quarter, the Kansas State commit, along with Haley Swain, and an offensive rebound there. Bounce it, Swain on the cut.
Team USA has had some excellent timed cuts here in the first half of this game, including Swain out of Georgia, going to play her college basketball at Stanford. Stanford's got a couple in this contest as well.
On that reload and the hope to get back to the NCAA tournament after missing for the first time since the 80s. That was ridiculous. A little spin, a little up, a little under, and Isla McDowell has it all in her bag.
A little hops, a little hang time. You can see why Dawn Staley's so excited, spoke highly of her game in terms of her leadership. Felt like she could be a captain one day for the Gamecocks.
Davidson responds with a triple. I mean, think about, Dawn. She's not just handing out compliments. If she says it, she means it. And to say that she has the possibility or potential of being a captain for South Carolina one day, that is massive praise from one of the best in the business. As again, Davidson steps in the passing lane and then throws it back to Hines.
Says a lot for your maturity. I mean, that's what coaches are looking for when you come in. And you can do this too, by the way.
Step back, a little too strong. Weak side of rebound, fought for and taken in. The U.S. looking to extend what has been a nice run in this second quarter. It's the opposite of what we saw in last year's game. Davidson, again, short. And McDowell rips down the board.
Yeah, McDowell getting active. Her game reminds me a lot of Cheyenne Sellers, who will be drafted on Monday night to the WNBA Player College Ball at Maryland.
Shales bottom on the triple.
Beautiful looking shot there from Shales, long range.
Average 14 points, 7 rebounds, 6 assists per game in the WNBL this past season. Back down, Grace Knox, tough one, doesn't go. And then scooped up. The world will take it across with Shales, who's been a big-time initiator for this offense in this first half. She'll go right at Davidson, using the body, and she's got the hoop and harm on the chance for 3.
And I was just getting ready to say, the WNBL is a grown woman's league, and that's a grown woman's move there by Shales. Just kicks it into the next gear, kind of looks like she may pass it, goes strong and tough, takes some contact, but the smooth finish. We don't even have to get into all of the resume for Australia in terms of their national team and the pipeline of players out of Australia. We got to watch their resurgence up close and personal in the Olympics. And the WNBL has housed many top WNBA players as well in their professional league.
So a discussion here on the court. It's back to an 8-point game, just under 4 to play. I mean, you think of what Lauren Jackson's impact has been for the sport overall, but certainly for Australian basketball. You see someone like Sandy Brondello win the WNBA title as the head coach of the Liberty. Ezzy Magbagor, one of the future stars of that league as well. To your point, the resurgence was one thing, as they're going to go to the monitor and take another look here. The question is what exactly they're looking at. but Jazzy Davidson has been a difference maker for the U.S.
Oh, man, just so smooth and impacts the game in so many ways. We've seen a full arsenal of offensive moves. They're in the post. We've seen the passing, finding her teammates off of the bounce and right there, right under the basket. She can shoot it from long range. And Noah, if you don't know anything else about me, I hope you know that I love me a lefty.
I will say, and I know you're lefty, so I'm not just saying this to you. I say this all the time. It looks smoother coming from the left hand.
I agree.
It does. James Harden looks smoother. I don't know what it is.
It just looks like butter coming off the fingertips, man.
Yeah.
Nothing like it.
So they were looking to see if it was a 2 or a 3. Let's take a look for ourselves. They do rule this a triple. And yep. It's pretty clear that Shales was behind the line. So they're going to keep that as 3 points. And still Shales will have the free throw on the and one opportunity on that last drive. She's kind of gone into takeover mode a little bit over these last couple possessions, up to 5 points, 5 boards, 3 assists. Again, initiating offense for the world. Looking for their first win in this 3rd edition of the Nike Hoop Summit on the women's side. And Shales brings this to a 7-point game. Swain stays out there, some light pressure here in the backcourt from the world. ZaKiyah Johnson breaks it, no problem. Open look, a little too strong from Crump, with a long rebound, fought for, finally claimed by the world, nearly a giveaway. It's going to go out of bounds and stay back here. It'll be a turnover back to the United States. Looked like the U.S. last to get the hand on it, but 11 turnovers now for the world.
B. Alexander rewarded for the hustle there.
Alexander on the floor along with Knox as they get it into Knox. Handoff, Crump on the outside, puts the head down.
Back in the
Couldn't
game.
get to in the paint.
Grace is a rebounding machine. That girl has been
Swain.
getting in there and getting some rebounds. I'm not going to hold you. Come on, ZaKiyah.
Bodies.
Give my girl ZaKiyah a look.
Off the screen.
Has she
3
having
to
any
shoot.
field goal
Just gonna have to
attempts?
force one up, and a shot clock violation.
Great defense
Shot
by the
clock
world there, because
violation.
there were
My
multiple
girl's not even
actions
getting a
happening.
shot
Team
attempt.
USA even got an offensive rebound. I was almost going to cut
Can
you
the
off
coach
to say
tell
that
them
Grace
to get
Knox
her involved,
gets to
pass her the
every
ball?
coming off the
I
glass.
don't mean to
She's
do too
always
much,
in
but it's
position
like
to
ZaKiyah
rebound,
is
and that
not
will
being
bode
seen offensively.
well
I'm just
at
wondering why.
LSU, where they're losing Lisa Morrow to the WNBA, and Knox can get to the glass with the best of them.
I was about to say I apologize to Knox because I knew you were going to give her praise, and
Yeah.
I kept getting in the way.
Oh, no, it's okay. I was getting in your way, actually. You know, I like to cut you off.
That's all right. I'm more than happy to have you coming off. Whatever you're going to say is going to be more interesting. But another offensive rebound for the U.S. Crump's open and knocks down the triple. Made 61 threes this past year in her senior season of high school at Montverde, legendary basketball academy over the last several years, especially on the men's side where they've been dominant. Some Faye couldn't finish. The transition has been impressive for the U.S. Alexander gets in front for the easy deuce.
Nice pass by Swain. Alexander playing her college basketball at Cincinnati, staying home. That's a big get for the Bearcats.
Highest rated recruit in program history. Another chance for 3 from an Australian. This time it's Some Faye getting inside.
I feel like Australia's taking over right now for the world a little bit. Somebody. That left side of the basket seems to be wide open for drives, and kind of has been with the USA defensive slippage. And then the dish from Swain gets the defense to commit just a little, and Alexander with a smooth touch.
Some Faye to the free throw line, committed to Stanford, one of 3 Stanford commits along with Swain and Eschmeyer in this game. Just felt so at home when she had her visit there, played at IMG, and of course has the own international experience, including last year's U17 World Cup, leading Australia in scoring at nearly 14.5 per game over the course of the tournament.
Well, when she said she felt at home after spending some extra time at the library, I said, you should definitely be going to Stanford. That sounds about right.
I saw the books. I was inspired.
Yeah, so we have
think that sounds
ZaKiyah.
like a Stanford
She
commit
is
if I've
number
ever
11,
heard of one.
Grace
But that's
is
quite a
number
class.
15, and Bella's
right
number
there with
3 in
3 of
black.
those 4 players
For
right here on
LSU
this court. Kay Pay, who's filling in for the big shoes now of the legendary Tara Vanderveer.
Yeah, that's
is
an understatement.
definitely getting Stanford back to grace with this recruiting class.
Those are Shaq level size shoes, like size 24, whatever he wears.
Yeah, I know, right?
And mentioned they missed the tournament for the first time since 1988, but that recruiting class is expected to return them, not necessarily to the Final Four in year one, but you'd expect that they're going to compete to get back in the NCAA tournament next season. They call that a defensive foul. Alexander just a little bit late to the spot. As you see McKeer back on the floor, and free throws now for Sassi. So Sassi and McKeer, along with Risa Shea, Popovich, and Somfay, the 5 for the world. Chavez back out there for the U.S. Alexander as well, with Eschmeyer, Crump. Second free throw goes as Johnson rounds out the 5 for the U.S. So the Team World here just sticking around enough. U.S. looks like they were ready to make a run and extend this to a legitimate, sizable deficit for the world, but they've done a good job of retaliating. Nice pass inside Chavez, then knocked away. Good hands by McKeer, and it's out of bounds to the world. Or is it? You're going to confer? It looked like it went off a leg, and it did. So now the U.S. is caught sleeping a little bit here. If the world can capitalize, they won't. Approaching 1 minute to play in this first half, and a clock issue. Let's see where they reset. Currently at 1:15 and 24. 1:14 and 24. I'm all for precision. Got to get it right.
Let's get it right. Get it right, get it tight.
Oh, I like that. I'm stealing that. I'm claiming it as my own, too.
I'll tell you where I got that from at halftime.
All right, I look forward to it.
Little before your time.
McKeer leave it around the horn for Risa Shea with 10 to shoot and a minute to play in the first half. Risa Shea showing off the length. 2 more coming.
Boy, they say bend it like Beckham, but Risa Shea put some bend on that finish on the right side. Almost got it to go at a nearly impossible angle with the contact.
I feel like her wingspan was also undershot. It just feels like she just got length for days in this first half, and we've seen an array of moves that have really turned some heads in this building. There's 5 points, but has made an impact in the minutes that she's been given so far. 6 straight points for the world, looking to make it 7 and bring it back to a 5-point game and claim the momentum going into the half.
Risa Shea played professionally in France for Lyon. Was the MVP of the 2023 U16 European Championships and led France to a title. And led the team in scoring, assists, blocks, and steals. You can see how that could happen with what we have watched and witnessed so far today.
Yeah, one of those players with just fingerprints all over the game. Another turnover. McKeer get up ahead. Popovich attacks, sidestep, and another foul.
You talked about it, Noah. Coach Rolfes is not going to be happy with this finish for Team USA. Headed in to the locker room. Nice sidestep. Step through by Popovich, and more free throws.
It feels like the world has gotten more aggressive when they went down double digits. The U.S. pulled away, hit a couple of threes, got out in transition. Since then, they've gone into attack mode, got into the paint at will, and really have lived at the free throw line in the final couple minutes of this first half. And Popovich makes it a 1-possession game. It's a 9-0 run for Team World. 2-point opportunity if U.S. hurries here. And a little bit of a zone look defensively for the world. Chavez pulls. Rebound claimed. Strong hands inside by Sassi. Or make it Yetch who's in the game. And then she gets converged. A jump ball's called going back the other way to the U.S.
Yeah, Madison Francis and ZaKiyah Johnson is a nightmare trap. Both of them very long, active hands. There was no way out of that.
The arrow on the court pointed towards the United States. Right now the world is lining up to inbound it. So they're going to have to go and double check. Hector Sanchez goes to the scorer's table to confirm. And it will be United States basketball. ZaKiyah Johnson is going to head back towards the bench with a timeout called. 26.6 seconds remaining in these final moments of the first half of our first of two games here at the Nike Hoop Summit. 3-point ball game, late first half.
Hi. You might know me from my other job, but I'm a business owner too.
God knows. I am reincarnated. I was stargazing. Life goes on. I need her, my babies. Woke up looking for the broccoli. High key, keep a horn on me. That could my seat. IP ownership. The blueprint is by me. Mr. Get Off. I get off at my feet. Couldn't try me in a tri-state. Buddy pass, but I get him splashed till he hydrated. Bounce out, know he spook town, eyes dilated. I got the money and the power, both gyrating. I feel good, get the out my thighs. Look good, but she don't got no ties. I walked in, walked.
Out of bounds, will stay with the U.S. He had 15 points in that game, by the way. He led France in scoring. So clearly an athletic family, and the basketball IQ that both her and her brother Zachary have gained from their father has been on full display. Skinner tried to get it in, intercepted. And now shot clock off. We'll see if Team World tries to hold for one. It looks like that's what Carly Clark is trying to implore her team to do.
And she's saying, wait, I don't think Popovich heard that. Okay, maybe caught it just now.
Now Risa Shea with 7 seconds left. Hook it, open, three ball. A little too short from Yetch. Rebound finally taken in, but a little too late for Skinner to do anything with it. So Team World ends the first half on a 9-0 run to pull to within one possession. And a nice job by the World to just hang around after the United States took a 13-point lead in that second quarter. Risa Shea has done her job. You've got 12 points from Sissi, leading all scorers off the bench. But Jazzy Davidson doing work for the U.S. and standing with Jordan.
Jazzy, back in front of your home crowd. We talked about it coming into this game, and you put on in that first half with 8 points. How's the experience been for you in front of your hometown fans so far?
Yeah, it's been great. It's been everything I expected and more, and so I'm just excited to continue the game and hopefully pull out a dub.
Well, if you're going to pull out a dub for those hometown fans, what's it going to take? Because this World team brought it late in that second quarter.
I think just continuing to have bodies on people and getting rebounds and then pushing in transition.
That's it, Jazzy. Thank you very much. Best of luck in the second half.
All right, Jordan, thank you very much. Here at the half, Team USA leads Team World 52-49. Coming up after the break, it's our Nike Hoop Summit halftime report. Ahmed, Asia, Matt have you covered next.
Alrighty, halftime of this game. Thoughts, opinions, comments. Y'all want me to share the link? Not sure how long it's going to be. Shouldn't be less than 10-15 minutes until the game is back on. I think Grace is doing a great job. You can tell she's going to be an amazing rebounder. She's very active. Appears to have great ball handling skills. So I really, really, really am enjoying what I'm seeing from Grace Knox. Bella Hines, passing the ball, seems like she has great IQ. It sees the floor well, so love everything I'm seeing from her. ZaKiyah, I really enjoy ZaKiyah. I think that she's very active out there. I wish she was getting more looks offensively. They were looking for her more. That's the only thing I'm saying. I don't think it's her. But yeah, I think she's gonna just have to take it coast to coast, get a steal, rebound. I like to see her get that tie up there. She did a great job with that. So yeah, the other athletes that I see out there that are doing great is obviously Jazzy Davidson. She did visit LSU. I enjoyed seeing her in the purple and gold, but I think she's going to be an amazing athlete at USC. So shout out to her. Tiana Betts is good. Agot McGare, Aaliyah McDowell is fire. So yeah, I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying it. I was showing you guys some of those Kate Kobo highlights because I really like what I've seen from Kate Kobo. And I think she's going to be great at LSU this upcoming season. But of course, that some of those losses that we have, Hoa, that news hit us twice. First, the news that she was coming back because she did have that ability to get the extra year because she was a JUCO athlete to start her career. Not only would she be coming back, but it wouldn't be at LSU. So shout out to Lester Poa. Of course, I am going to keep you guys updated on the schools they choose. Samaya Smith is in the portal. Any visit updates or anything, I'll keep you guys updated when I do hear where they signed to. I did hear that for Aaliyah Del Rosario took a visit to Virginia Tech, so I think that that could be a spot for her. But yeah, I will definitely keep you guys updated. I think that's all the news right now. Samaya Smith gone in the portal, Aaliyah Del Rosario, Jersey Wilsonberger, and Lester Poa. LSU, of course, signed Kate Phobos, who's 6'5" forward. I will show you guys some more of her highlights. I think that she's super dope. Just that presence that we need. Like, even if you take a look at her Texas highlights, we could use this. We played Texas twice. We needed that. When I saw that, y'all know I got hyped. Just like that energy, like, come on, get down there. And she went in 5 days away. She committed to LSU. I believe I read something about her brother being in a program at LSU as well. So I'm glad that she knew, let's go ahead and get back to LSU.
I mean, you talk about the elite level of play. I love the game of runs. You're seeing how hard these both teams are playing. USA got away with it a little bit, but I mean, in that second quarter, the way that the world team came, they had that 9-0 run. I mean, they're hungry, and you just can't let up on them at all.
It's the balance between individual showcase and working cohesively in a team unit here. What has stood out to you, Matt?
Well, I think first of all, the three-point shooting from the world has just not been there. Just 2 from 10 in the first half. But you can see the skill level and their ability to pass and play off dribble handoffs and play off pick and rolls and make the right play, led by none other than Risa Shea. She has been absolutely outstanding. You see her here going into this action. She comes back to her left hand. She draws help, dumps it off on the inside for a high level play. Little dribble handoff action here into a pick and roll. She reads the defense. She sees there's no protection on the roll, makes the right play. Extra pass on the inside. 3-point shooting and turnovers for the world. They got to clean up 13 turnovers in the first half.
Risa Shea, you can tell she has been a pro already, right, Asia?
I mean, it's the cheat code for international players. They're playing at the pro level. They come over here. I mean, and you talk about it, just her court vision, the way she passes the ball, the length that she plays with, she's been so impressive.
So we've talked about this being not just like an all-star game where there are no rules and high-flying offense. You got to play defense as a showcase to some scouts and some GMs that are there for WNBA teams. What have you seen for Team USA specifically?
Oh, yeah, they've been on it with the defense, and I know the goal, that has been the key for this game for them, starting with the defense here. And then you see, I mean, who other than Crump? Texas, that is what they do. They play defense, and that is exactly where she's heading. But that anticipation is so great. You see here, look the way they're baiting, getting their hands all in the cookie jar there, and able to convert on the other end. I mean, that's what really was able to propel them into getting a lead in that first quarter. Another look at it, it's just that easy. The length that they present around the perimeter. We talk about the versatility with that length. They've just been unstoppable.
So what do we want to see more of in the second half? You mentioned Crump. She's got a couple of three-pointers, 2 of 3. She's the highest-rated recruit out of Minnesota since Paige Beckers. I want to see her shoot a little bit more. But what are you looking for Matt, in the second
Well, I think if you're the team world, you just got to clean up your turnovers. I mean, you're sitting here, you cut into that lead. if you didn't turn it over 13 times, you're only 2 for 10 from the three-point line. If you didn't turn the basketball over, you'd probably have a 7 to 8 point lead. Got to clean that up if they want a chance in this one.
Yeah, right on the money. I mean, they had that early lead to start because they were getting into the paint. We talked about the passing there, and it was those turnovers that threw them off. But, hey, for USA, keep turning them over. That's where you start fundamentally defensively, and you said it. I love the dynamic attack inside and out. So, Crump, keep putting up three.
Keep shooting it. We're on the same page here. The men's game's coming up to follow. Of course, we know that. A.J. Debonsa, he's heading to BYU, their first ever 5-star recruit, the number 2 ranked player in the country. Will we see plays like this versus the world? Oh, my.
Damn it.
Team USA versus the world
man
for the
right
men.
there.
Still to come tonight.
Liberty. Liberty Mutual is all she talks about since we stayed.
Yes, so that is the person that I am looking for to get in the portal, Sarah Williams from Washington. I believe she's a 6'4" forward. And I think she is what we're going to need next year. She's in the portal. She has played with ZaKiyah Williams. And 3-on-3, if you guys watch that with me when I stream that. Going against the Natty champs for this one, guys. So, she is from Brooklyn, so I can see her wanting to be in that region. But she's definitely one of those pieces that we're looking at adding in the portal. LSU, they run a very, very tight ship. Like, even people that are supposed to be close to the program and have information about what's going on, they could report something one day and then 24 hours later it changes. So they run a very tight ship. You know how Malky does it, Coach G. Reedus, Coach Daphne. They run a tight ship over there. So, but I do hear that LSU is in the mix for Sarah Williams. But I hear that one of the big competitors for her right now is UConn. Obviously, they just won a national championship. So shout out to UConn. But LSU is definitely looking to add her. I do think the only thing that keeps her is just that relationship, maybe. The platform. Again, she did play with Michaela Williams in 3-on-3. They won gold together. So, yeah.
Matt McCall, if you ever get back into
Definitely want to
coaching,
try to get
recruit heavily from this game. It's like a cheat code. So that's coming up a little bit later.
Other than that,
all
there
the stars
is
are
another
out.
player that
Portland, Chris
LSU
Bosh catching the action, 2-time champ, 11-time All-Star Chauncey Billups, head coach Portland, currently Hall of Famer back in 2024.
This is another name that I heard we have been linked to. Amaya Joyner, 6'4" from East Carolina Pirates. Average 15 points, 9 rebounds, 1.6 assists, 48% shooting from the floor, for her 2024 through 2025 season. Not sure, just giving y'all a little bit of information, but 6-4, we have completely lost, all that front court depth. So looking to rebuild the roster. That is some of the things that they did in that 2022 to 23 season. Really look different places to get the type of talent that we need. Looks like she got better every year. So yeah, all right. But yeah, Sarah Williams is that big name that you're looking at. The portal closes, I believe, April 23rd. So I'll be keeping you guys updated. Now, Monday, the big thing is we are streaming Anissa Morrow. Of course, Anissa Morrow is headed to the WNBA draft. I can't. Let's watch this.
It feels like
just because I haven't and I realized I haven't streamed it. I am going to stream it Monday, of course. But yeah, real quick.
Where do I start? It feels like just yesterday I was dribbling a ball for the first time, dreaming of moments like this. First and foremost, I want to thank God because none of this would have been possible without His guidance. To my amazing parents, thank you for being my rock and my biggest supporters. Your unwavering belief in me has been the foundation of the strength and determination. You sacrificed so much and I will forever be grateful. To my support system, all my coaches, friends, and mentors, thank you for pushing me. Your encouragement has been very vital in shaping not only just a player, but the person that I became. A huge shout out to Beasley, my grade school, where my love for basketball first took root. Those early days on the court taught me the fundamentals and ignited the passion for the game. To Simeon, my high school, thank you for an incredible 4 years. Here, I sharpened my skills, learned the true meaning of teamwork, and developed the grit that drives me today. DePaul University, thank you for the memories and experiences that will forever hold a special place in my heart. And to LSU, thank you for the unforgettable experience. Your support, passion, and dedication inspires greatness and foster a sense of belonging that makes being a part of this community so special. Playing in front of the Tiger fan base was a dream. As I embark on this next chapter, I carry all of you. Today, I am incredibly blessed and excited to declare for the 2025 WNBA Draft.
My girl needs headed to the WNBA draft, so meet me here to send her off.
At the end of 2 as we get set for the start of the third quarter. USA up 52-49.
We are back.
They did lead by 13 points, but some aggressive play towards the end of the first half from the World. They shoot over 50% from the floor. The turnovers were an issue early. They sort of got that in check down the stretch in the second quarter. You see the 11 steals for the United States, but Saci leads all scorers with 12 points on a perfect 3 for 3 from the floor, a perfect 6 for 6 at the free throw line. As we welcome you back courtside, Noah Eagle, LaChina Robinson, and Jordan Cornette. Glad to have you with us for this second half. So a 13-point lead for the United States, but mentioned aggressive play, and the free throw shooting, in particularly for the World, really stood out.
Yeah, the World went to the charity stripe 15 times and made all 15 free throw attempts. So the United States needs to look for more opportunities, I think, to get to the charity stripe. But you were right about the turnovers. When the World stopped turning the ball over as much, I mean, they gave up 19 points off turnovers to Team USA, but most of that was early. But when they settled in, I thought we saw a more steady effort. And on the flip side, for the United States, once they weren't getting that offense from their defense, there was a little bit more of a struggle in terms of finding those points. But, I mean, you can't complain when both teams scored 50 and a half. It's really about who's going to play consistent defense. But I do think we'll see Team World shoot better from 3. They're 2 for 10. And now that Sienna Betts is back in the game after being in foul trouble, I think the United States will go inside more.
Not a ton of minutes, but she was productive in those early minutes. Got the first bucket of the game, 6 points on 3 of 4 shooting, 3 of those steals, the 11 for the United States in that first half. So she will start the second half, and already the immense pressure from the United States defensively proving to be a little bit of a factor, and they do get the deflection. So a great start right out of the gates, now looking to run. Skinner in transition, leaves it for Chavez, right back to Skinner, all alone, thought about it, and hesitated just a second too long.
Boy, she had 2 opportunities to let that fly, Noah.
Now it's Chavez instead. ZaKiyah Johnson starting the second half for the United States, not shy, and shows you why.
She can shoot the basketball. I watched her shoot 3 or 4 shots yesterday at practice that never touched the rim. I mean, just right through the nets.
4-time Kentucky Gatorade Player of the Year. Nearly another turnover, but it will stay with the World with 16 on the shot clock. And this is a perfect start defensively to the half.
Yeah, I mean, the recovery by Jazzy Davidson and Aaliyah Chavez on what looked like it was going to be a layup for Makir at the rim.
Ricochet, leave it. World looking for Vukosa to get going. That was a tough one, follows her own miss. Bounce it, Makir gets it to go.
Yeah, very quiet first half for Vukosa, as you mentioned her. A little younger than everyone else, 16 years old, is the class of 2026, one of 2 players that have played in more than one Nike Hoop Summit game. So she's got a little experience in this event, but not as much experience overall.
Betts surrounded, just get out of it. Skinner trying to find some opening. It's Davidson looking to fire. A little bit short, and the rebound does go to Vukosa. I think about that. She's going to have a chance to play in this event 3 times.
That's just crazy.
An absolute monster at Christ the King High School in New York. A top 5-star recruit in the class of 2026. Off the miss, get it up ahead. Skinner behind the defense.
Skinner running the floor is as short as Noah what? You fill in the blank.
As me, I don't know.
Big on air?
Yeah, pretty much. Wearing a headset, forgetting song lyrics. I don't know.
All of the above.
Take another look at this.
Excellent run out and great pass by ZaKiyah Johnson, full court. And the finish by Skinner.
Some more free throws incoming for the World. They're 15 of 15 at the line after the foul. Not even 2 minutes in. There's no broadcast of jinx at the Nike Hoop Summit, right?
No, of course not.
Okay. Just going to make sure. At this point now, I can blame you if something happens on this one.
Of course, that's what you do. You blame me.
Yeah, but no, it didn't even need to do it.
I'm used to it.
Sumfei just knocks down 2 calmly, keeps this at a 4-point game. Davidson, spray it to the outside. Skinner weaving her way through the defense. Gets out to Chavez, 10 to shoot. Chavez fires and hits.
Boy. I'll tell you what Chavez does so well is she keeps all options open for her when she has the ball. She's driving, she's looking to pass, but then just ends up putting up the shot. And it's tough to guard all aspects of that at one time. If you're Makir, you don't know what she's going to do here because she wasn't even looking at the basket until she was getting ready to release it. And has a very quick release.
Just keeps defenses on their heels at all times. Johnson gets aggressive through the contact, and she'll get a pair.
So Johnson getting the start and very productive here in the first few minutes of the 3rd quarter.
Didn't see a ton of Madison Francis after she started the game. So it's Johnson getting the start in her place in the 2nd half. Chavez, Davidson, Skinner, and Betts. And Sumfei just picked up her 3rd personal. 7:35 to play in the 3rd, something to monitor. You look at this recruiting class, as mentioned, the top recruiting class in the country, Tennessee #2, Stanford #3.
And they are joining Flau'jae Johnson, who decided to stay in school and not go to the WNBA draft. Michaela Williams, I mean, there's already a lot of talent for the Tigers.
Takeaway. Get it inside. Betts just couldn't finish it. Seymour looking to settle down after another choppy start to this 2nd half, similar to the 1st.
Vukosa handling the pressure in the open court.
That's 6'4" through an obstacle course. And then throws it away, looking for Ricochet. Chavez on the takeaway. Chavez, head up, hook it, Betts. Surrounded, outside, extra, Davidson for 3.
The extra pass at the 5. I thought the United States started off this 3rd quarter a little bit too unselfish, meaning they've given up a couple of open shots to get their teammates involved, but you love to see the work ethic and the teammates connected.
8-0 run to get this back to a dozen. On the fake, Shales pulls. Rebound poked into the hands of Skinner. Chance to take the largest lead for the United States here. Johnson fires. Goes right into the capable arms of Vukosa. Cross court. Sumfei going to work with the size advantage. Oh, how did it get there from Makir, who does make the defense pay?
What a pass.
That was like a magic trick.
Sunfei just moves with a lot of power off of the bounce.
Chavez dancing on the outside. She'll pull again. Always dangerous, doesn't matter where it goes on the court. If Chavez is putting it up, you just expect it to fall. Ricochet, spins, drives, stops, and travel.
I mean, right here, Sunfei has nowhere to go, just off of 1 foot, and one arms it on the baseline, keeps it in bounds, and Makir was ready to knock it down.
That was a ridiculous pass with the left. Initially looked like it was going to be a timeout, but they're going to make the teams head back to the court as the World is going to make some changes. Bella Hines and Isla McDowell are going to check in. Sunfei stays out there with Shales. And now a timeout's going to be called. ZaKiyah also ready to check in. But we'll get all those changes when we come back here to Portland.
Making beach towels. Now.
Fam, I'm in that mode. They say fly, you going up, I said I know. Walk on campus in some $1,000 clothes. I guess that's just another flow I own. I gotta pop it, I'm up and I can't stop it. I'm tryna get the profit, they tryna be a topic. Need 20K or better, this Louis on a sweater. I can't do nothing lesser, I butterfly the Tesla. If you taking, I want you took. If I come to your city, I'm booked. Yeah, they hate, but don't know what it took. They like 5J, don't bring back the hook. I be killing these verses, and I got them searching, which really gon' go with the look. They know I don't flow like a rook. I'm on go, I know folk got them shook. So I made a little blueprint, homie. Who you know got a shoot deal on me? If you telling the truth, stand on it. I just roll with a few friends only. Man, they know me and Sudan, homie. Know that I'm up, know that I'm popping it, so it ain't luck. I know Giannis, he keep it a buck. Tell him recount it, that fit ain't enough. Step on my Louis, I'm scraping the scuff. I bet on myself and I double down. Sometimes it ain't no one to trust. Take care of my family, that is a must. I had to work, it wasn't perfect. I was with the big dog, sliding in a vert. Man, you got me pissed off, I make it worse. I'm going through withdrawals, I ain't even with y'all. I ain't on the ground, got rich off TikTok. Now I'm trying to lift off, really who sent y'all? You know it's a goal when we tip off. You quoted my flow, it's a rip off. You already know that's a bit law. They can see through the bow and the tits off. Run out that cash every day, get print off. I don't do comments, I ain't talking on no app. Just in case they get to acting like they care. And they know I put Savannah on the map. And they say she ain't a hooper, she just rap. I gotta pop it, I'm up and I can't stop it. I'm tryna get the profit, they tryna be a topic. Need 20.
Starting with tip-off of the 2025 season. Games will be on NBC and streaming on Peacock. So expect NBA talent when you come to Moda Center. We're seeing elite talent on the court and elite talent watching off the court, including Hall of Famers standing by with Jordan Cornette.
No, that's a correction. That would be a two-time Hall of Famer because, yes, Chris Bosh is in the Hall of Fame for his playing career where you won 2 championships and you're an 11-time All-Star, but you're being inducted again for that Redeem team from 2008. Pretty cool honor for you.
It's a very cool honor. I remember watching the Olympics when I was at my grandma's house in the summertime. You know, it was the only thing to watch on television. It was a huge inspiration, and to be able not only to win a gold medal for the U.S. With the Redeem team, bringing it back home, but to be inducted to the Hall of Fame, I mean, it's a great honor.
We're watching this game right here. You've got the world, you've got the young women with USA across their chests. What kind of weight does that carry, wearing USA across the chest to play for your country?
Well, it makes it real. You know, it's nothing like seeing a country's passion when sports are involved. I mean, it's the greatest thing in the world. It's the reason why the Olympics exist. It's the reason why sports exist. But I know, you know, just to see, first of all, these young ladies, how skilled they are and how good they are. The young ladies have improved their game tremendously, and it's so good to watch, seeing so many names that we can follow in the long run. But, you know, it's always cool to represent your country. It means everything, and you want to do your best.
Chris, you mentioned these young women out here playing. You were at a bowling event with them last night, and they wanted to make sure that you were here come tip-off time. They were ribbing you a little bit.
Yeah, they were on me, so I appreciate them for that. A couple of them remember me from a Jesse episode when they were youngsters.
Oh, that's how it is now. Oh, no.
Small, so I'm like, all right, I'm that old now. They asked me immediately after, like, okay, what are you doing here? I'm here just to support you guys. You're coming to the game, right? And I said, of course. So I'm here.
So the Team USA brand, fair to say, means a great deal to you given your history.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I've been involved with Team USA since 2002. You know, do the math. But, you know, not only to win a gold medal, to go into the Hall of Fame again with the Redeem Team, but to be a part of USA basketball, going to Colorado Springs back then, being able to make the team, and then at the same time being able to represent our country in Venezuela at the the junior national team back in 2002. Me, Carmelo Anthony, Andre Iguodala, Darren Williams, whom two of them I won gold medals with. Andre Iguodala won a gold medal. So you always see how the system goes, and, you know, I just appreciate Team USA and USA Basketball for what they do with the youngsters.
We appreciate you, Chris. Appreciate you. Enjoy the rest of the game, my friend.
I appreciate you.
We also appreciate Chris's acting ability, apparently, from his cameo on Jesse. I didn't realize that was such a big hit.
I mean, that is quite the way to remember Chris Bosh. It should tell you a little bit about the age gap between these young women and Chris.
It is. I'm now imagining him walking up there like, the guy from Jesse's here.
Exactly.
He's here.
Exactly. Maybe couldn't even name a team he played on.
Oh, that would be an elite edition of who he played for.
Oh, man.
That's the footwork. Couldn't finish. Got her own miss in traffic. No dice. And the rebound claim. So the World, again, finding themselves in a tough position towards the end of a quarter. Under 4 to play in this third. And Shales is going to back it up and run some offense. Sissy was one of the stars of that first half. And Shales just a little bit too strong on the J. Chavez weaving her way through. Finds the open shooter, and Crump finishes the play.
That three-pointer, I mean, that almost touched the roof of this thing. Just great arc on the shot. Just a beautiful stroke in terms of all the mechanics.
Talk about water. She's making it rain right now. Shales to the outside. Hines, 8 to shoot. Working on Chavez. Hines right to work, but can't finish. Rebound up for grabs. World's got it, and McDowell is hit to get 2.
Hines is really shifty off of the bounce. I liked her early minutes in this game, but Chavez with the find, and Crump doesn't take her long to line that up. Flick of the wrist. I mean, that is just perfect. Getting her feet lined to the rim. There's going to be a lot of those looks for her next season for Texas in the SEC.
Meanwhile, Betts just picked up her 3rd, so she's now on the bench. The World is now 18 for 18 at the free throw line. The only thing that's keeping them afloat right now, given the way the U.S. has shot the 3-ball, they're 9 of 19 from 3, and the World's just 3 of 13.
Yeah, that's the difference in this game so far.
Team World down by 10, just under 3 to play. And look who's in the building. The aforementioned Carmelo Anthony, whose son Kyan will be playing in the men's game later tonight on this very floor. A floor that he used to call home towards the end of his career. Down the middle, knock away. The World's got numbers if they hurry.
It's great to see the next generation of hoopers and their sons. Okay, now that was a move.
That was a Euro stop on a dime, and Yetz just made it look easy.
I told you, Yetz has amazing upside, but she's already so talented, it's scary.
Swain comes up a little bit short to stay with the United States.
It's the footwork and the body control with the size at 6'2". It's all the above. I mean, can take it from the three-point line, gathers, step through, got pushed a little bit there, but you couldn't tell, finished with the left.
I think people watch that and they go, well, that looks simple. And because you see that WNBA, NBA, college, and now even high school level, to go full speed and to put that much force to still be able to change direction the way she did, as that's going to be an offensive foul. Nice job by Hines to put the body in the right position. That is as difficult to move, and we're seeing it more and more, but just give us some perspective on how hard that is to actually complete.
Well, and when you look at her, you don't see that level of mobility.
Sure.
She kind of fools you a little bit, plays straight up a little, and then has a lot of size to carry in terms of her strength and wingspan to complete that move.
So Yetch will bring it across, leave it for Popovich. Approaching 2 minutes to play. Team World looks like they're primed to make another run the way they did at the end of the second. Popovich thought about it, and now the open look falls a little bit short from Ukosa. We got a jump ball going the other way to the U.S. Ukosa staying out there, extended run so far in this third quarter. McDowell on the court, Yetch, Hines, and Popovich round out the five. Swain at the controls, along with Johnson, Crump, Eschmeyer, and Skinner, who's got it at the top. Another zone opportunity defensively for the World with 5 on the shot clock. And a knockaway out of bounds. Good hands by McDowell.
You got to think World is trying to just keep them off balance, because why else would you play zone when the three-point ball has been falling?
Well, that also looks like a 3-2 more than a 2-3.
Yeah.
They're trying to encourage them getting inside, as they will force the shot clock violation. So gets the job done, gets them possession with just under 90 seconds remaining in the third. Now, you don't see a 3-2 very often.
No.
A bit of a matchup on the flares.
Yeah, that's another aspect of international basketball that brings something different to an event like this.
Nothing but nylon for McDowell, and it's a 5-point game.
Now that may be the three-point shooter you need to ride, because as many shots as I've watched McDowell put up over the last few weeks, she can really get it cooking from long range. And how about the hustle?
She's down, feeling the effects of that hit. Slow to get up, finally get to her feet. To 5-on-4, it's going to be an open look. Johnson can't make the defense pay. Weak side rebound. Eschmeyer is going to get 2 free throws.
That's what Sylvia Fowles wanted to see on the glass from Team USA, as they have been rebounding the ball better as this game has gone on. But go back to that play here on the hustle by McDowell. Definitely a collision with Eschmeyer falling on her there. Looks like she is going to check out of the game. But this is all sacrifice of the body for this possession.
That is a prime example of the difference between this and the McDonald's All-American or some of the other All-Star games that you see. The pride that comes with playing for your country, representing your country. We're seeing high-level effort from both sides, and McDowell has played an excellent game so far, and we'll see how she manages the pain.
Yeah, we talked about it at the top of the show. I mean, this is not, it is an all-star game in the sense that the best of the best are here, but when you're wearing your country across your chest, it means something different. And the level of intensity of this game has been indicative of that mindset.
Hines brings it across. Yetch on the attack and finish. She is doing it all right now for the World.
She's shifty, Noah. She's shifty. I just love the attack mode here on the closeout. Finds a little bit of a seam, just enough. Help defense, backs up. And it's the nice finish just over the lip. I mean, I'm impressed. I might have to go down to Gainesville and check out a couple of games. You know, celebrate the men's national championship. See Yitch get busy. A little bit of everything.
Kelly Ray Finley's got to be watching this game and jumping for joy right now.
No doubt.
The way that Yetch just played and the use of the body has been maybe the most impressive part of all of it.
Yeah, inviting the physicality.
Skinner thought about it. Now leave it for Chavez on a reload. 2-for-1 not available now. Davidson back to Chavez. Get it inside. Great passing by the U.S. and then blocked. Risa Shea got a piece from behind.
You're right. They're gambling on allowing the United States to get that ball on the backside, and their recovery was there. Excellent contest.
Only 5 on the shot clock as the U.S. will have to work quickly. Chavez thought she was going to have another easy layup, but it was knocked out of bounds. 4 left to shoot. Skinner will inbound. 26.3 points, 10.2 rebounds, 5 assists per game in her senior season. Get it in. Davidson, awkward, nearly went down. Shot clock turned off. We'll see if the World slows it down. They didn't do a great job of that towards the end of the first half. Another opportunity to fix that error. Popovich with 7. Gets all the way downhill, but a little too strong. Alexander is going to have to hoist. Gets it up ahead of the horn. And over the backboard. That's how this third quarter will come to a close. But for the second consecutive quarter, Team World ends on a substantial run. 10-1 in favor of the World. End of the half on a 9-0 run. And they trail by just 1 possession with the legends in the building. We've got a great finish ahead here from the Nike Hoop Summit.
At Napa, we're the pros that know how to make your business our business. Pros everywhere you need us, with every part you need. From brake pads to stock your shop in Orange County, California.
Brake pads.
To oil filters for
Adrenaline rush. This is the peak of women's basketball.
I've always hated losing more than I love winning.
The 2025 Nike Hoop Summit is brought to you by Nike. Just do it. It has been a fun back-and-forth game, and Yadang Yech has just put the world on her back in that third quarter.
I mean, Yech is playing with a to-the-cup by any means necessary mindset, just showing fantastic footwork, the entire arsenal of moves, the slow Euro, just taking her time with incredible upper body strength and speed to match. That doesn't jump out when you first watch her walk in the gym, but at 6'2", just... There's a lot of WNBA GMs that have been hanging around the last few days watching the future talent, and she definitely looks like she's got a WNBA future. Just the 11 minutes we've watched her play in this game.
And how she's controlled the pace of the game as well on both sides of the floor. Bouncing for the backdoor cut of Hines. Yech on the reload, now has it. Screen comes from Sissy. 6 to shoot. Yech right at Betts. That was creative, but she couldn't finish. Sissy couldn't claim it. Risa Shea does. And a second chance for the World. Hines will line it up. Off the heel, long rebound, third opportunity. Risa Shea reload Hines. 10 to shoot. Off the screen. Hines puts the head down. Hines hangs too strong and knocked out of bounds. It is going to stay here.
And in this fourth quarter, one of the things I'm keeping my eyes on is exactly what Sylvia Fowles talked about, rebounding. At the end of that third quarter, the world just +1 on the glass, but it's the energy that they are getting from going to the glass that has really been shifting the momentum in this game.
Getch does draw iron, but Chavez comes away with a defensive rebound. Remember last year's game, USA outscored the world 20-7 in the fourth quarter, and that's going to be a turnover as Davidson stepped on the end line. So the world led by 17 last year, led for the majority of the game, including going up 55-41 at the half, but the U.S. with a strong showing down the stretch forced a number of turnovers and found their way through. It's been the polar opposite in this one, where the U.S. has had a double-digit lead on a couple of occasions in the second and third quarters, and the world has hung around.
Betts with good hands on that steal.
Chavez right back to Betts in traffic. Couldn't bank it home. And a long rebound to Hines. Skinner tried to get to it. Nice job to get away from the pressure. Popovich, coast to coast. Nobody picked up the basketball.
Straight line drive to the rim. And we saw some of that early in the game as the United States is trying to get in their pressure defense. And the world has been able to find easy ones on the backside of it.
And Betts is bumped as ZaKiyah is going to pick up the foul.
I mean, it sounds like the offensive game plan for the world is get to the rack. I mean, everyone has been attempting to get a piece of the paint in the last few possessions, and they've gotten to the free throw line, 20 for 20 from there. So, you know, they're able to get to the charity stripe and knock them down. They're like, hey, we're going to force the officials to make a call. And especially with the way they're shooting from three, it's actually smart.
Just 4 of 17 from three. The U.S. is 9 of 22, but 10 more free throws made for the world. Oh, the backdoor cut. Davidson just couldn't spin it in. ZaKiyah leave it. And a reload now for Shales. 2 minutes gone here in the fourth. A chance for the world to pull in front with a bucket, and it's Popovich right to the basket. Their first lead since it was 24-22 in the final minute of the first. A lot of credit to Carly Clark and her staff for keeping her team engaged after falling down double digits. Open look, Skinner knocks it through.
Boy, what a pass. No one even close to home on Skinner to contest.
Popovich, back-to-back buckets, looking for a third, finds it, rattles home the J.
Okay, Popovich heating up.
Talk about professional players. We talked about the WNBL, but playing with ZKK Mega Basket, a big deal. You're playing against professionals every single day as Betts just sneaks her way inside.
Just takes her time, reads the defense, goes right to the middle over the top.
Popovich back the other way. ZaKiyah will try. Johnson corrals the board, get it up ahead for the streaking Betts, but she couldn't catch it cleanly. Then a foul's going to be called as Betts spills into the crowd.
Jovana Popovich has been able to find a lane and a seam to the rim at will in transition, but this pass through traffic by Chavez gave the United States a much-needed bucket from three-point line, and whoa, that looks a little scary with Betts falling out of bounds.
Cross it. Knox is back in, trying to feed the post with Betts, and ripped away. Getch is just doing everything she can. Get it up ahead. Popovich behind the D, and she's fouled.
I mean, Popovich is the smallest player on the floor right now at 5'8", and she is having her way. Getch, first of all, battling, taking on the physical contact, and just makes a great pass at the floor.
So Popovich can continue this hot start to the fourth quarter and get her team back even at the free throw line. She's on the floor with Sumfe, Yetch, Shales, and McKeer for Carly Clark's team. United States has Davidson, Knox, Betts, Chavez, and Skinner. Although they'll make a change here, and that's the first miss at the free throw line for the world after 20 consecutive makes to start the game. One more incoming as Haley Swain is set to check in. Popovich quietly, after the slow start, comes alive and is in double figures. But goes 0 for 2, empty-handed trip. Chavez directing traffic. He's been a great floor general all day for the United States. Leaves it for Davidson here. Off the screen. Hook it. Betts. Davidson. Backdoor for two.
Really nice cut by Jazzy Davidson. Finds some room right in the mid-range area. Gets the floater to go.
Shales is bumped on the ground by Davidson.
Jazzy Davidson never stops moving. Gives up the ball, but then makes an excellent cut and read right into the middle. And doesn't try to get all the way to the rim. Stops just right there in the middle of the paint with a nice floater finish.
Sienna Betts, the numbers in terms of her high school averages this past year, 23 points and 16.5 rebounds are obviously going to pop off the page, but 5 assists per game as well. She can pass the ball out of the post at a very high level. We saw that with Lauren Betts as well this year at UCLA. Just to think of them two playing as a tandem down low next year, I know that Bruins fans have to be salivating at what that could look like on the court.
Yeah, the passing ability of Sienna Betts is what most people mention first because it makes her so unique in how she approaches the game and can get her teammates involved.
Seen that from Chavez as well, looking to extend this past a 2-possession game. And a foul on the front. Betts was trying to haul it in, and it'll be Sumfay picking it up. You just think about the overall stats. The numbers at the bottom here are what stand out to me. Over 2,000 points, but over 1,500 rebounds in her high school career. That is almost hard to fathom that somebody could have over 1,500 high school rebounds.
Yeah, it's a record, boys and girls. And it just speaks to her ability to find the basketball, a knack for it coming off of the glass, and also the level of mobility it takes to get to rebounds out of position. I mean, that is quite a number.
Makir thought she was hit. The entire world bench on their feet. Chavez leaking out. Davidson running with her, and Davidson has another bucket. 6 straight points from Team USA to go back up by 6. Approaching the midway point of this 4th quarter. The world looking for their first victory in the Women's Nike Hoop Summit. Pick and pop, Vukosa in the game. We've seen her willingness to put it on the deck and had that deflected. Betts stayed with her. Get it up ahead for Chavez. Knocked away by Popovich.
Makir here is looking for a foul. Yeah, I didn't see anything. I saw a hand clap and then going the other way from the defense to Jazzy Davidson. Nice dish by Chavez.
Chavez now with 5 assists in 24 minutes of action. Only 4 for 10 from the floor. Davidson now 6 of 15. She's got 5 boards and 5 assists herself. Looking for more. Can't find it there. And good to see Isla McDowell back on the floor after taking that hard fall. And she grabs the rebound. Now Shales in transition. The cross, the drive, could not finish it. Davidson will slow it down. Shovel, Betts in transition.
Well, you could see the world was fatigued because no one went to the offensive glass on that shot, and then getting back, Betts in the United States just run back and get an easy one in transition.
Does the world have one more run after the U.S. has extended to 8 on an 8-0 run? The cookies from Davidson just put 2 more on the board. Jazzy showing off the entire arsenal. Her defense has been spectacular, and the U.S. back up 10. Jazzy Davidson has been a monster for the United States and has them rolling into the 4th. Coast. Suits LA tomorrow, 9/8 Central on NBC and Peacock. Back here in Portland, the Stars have made their presence felt on the court, off the court. We saw Chris Bosh in the building. We saw Carmelo Anthony, and now Donovan Clingan, two-time NCAA champion with UConn, top 10 pick for the Blazers in his rookie season. His head coach is also here sitting courtside. I don't know if Chauncey Billups thought it was Halloween and he was dressing up like Michael Orr from The Blind Side, but he is rocking the rugby.
Well, the pan from outfit A to B was very drastic.
Very different.
It was like, wait.
So a lot of ice from Clingan and a lot of stripes for Chauncey.
Clingan's ready to step out. Chauncey is, I'm going to let you said blind side, so I'll go with that. Looks like he's ready to debut.
You know we love you, CB. We do love you. And he loves taking in a lot of basketball, always a great supporter of the next generation. McDowell, that was a tough finish through contact to put an end to the 10-0 run. So 4 minutes to play here. We've seen Team World end every quarter on a high note. They're going to have to go on one final run to keep things interesting in these final moments.
And it's really, do they have enough gas in the tank? Where the Team USA has been able to capitalize is getting the runouts. They've got 24 fast break points. They've gotten a lot of great passes up the floor. Only 11 fast break points for the world. So they've got to be able to get back and contest at the rim and not let Team USA get easy looks at the basket, especially off of their defense.
Betts back down. Step through for two. ZaKiyah got left in the dust.
It was excellent angling on that shot by Betts, who is also a what?
A stud.
What's my favorite player? What's my favorite?
A lefty?
Okay, there you go.
I got you.
Go on. The cobwebs.
Hey, listen, I'm getting
I haven't
there.
seen you in about 6 or 7 months.
I was going to say, it was sunny when we were together last time.
True.
It's a little cloudy today, so it's cloudy upstairs too.
Clouds aren't doing it for me either.
Chavez in transition. Oh, she's going to pull. Everybody just holds their breath when that thing goes up. 3:15 to play. Shales thought about it. Risa Shea off one. And Betts claims the rebound, approaching 3 minutes to play. USA shooting the ball 46% from the floor, the world at just 41. Three-point shooting's been the main difference. 10 made threes for the United States, just 4 for the world. Betts looking for an outlet. Swain comes to get it and then knocked out of her hands. It's going to stay here.
I mentioned a moment ago how Team USA is getting the ball up the floor. It's off of their defense, but it's also just off of the pass. You see there Chavez to Davidson. They have 24 fast break points. They are getting out on the run. They've got lots of quicks in the open court. Fast in getting to the rim. They've just been able to beat the world there enough to make a big difference in this game.
Dan Rolfus calls a timeout. 2:47 to play in the Nike Hoop Summit. 10-point U.S. lead.
Se continua.
I'm going and I'm flowing on a PJ. I've been touring, I ain't been asleep in 3 days. Live like what you want, when you gone, you can't replay. I'm in the foreign in this road tryna speed race. I just did the dash 100 miles on the freeway. And we living lavish every day, feel like my BA. I'm in Calabasas, seeing palms in the trees. Yeah, remember when you had it, now we all counting cheesecake. We been through enough and now my problems, they ain't been a worry. I'ma live it up for all my partners in the cemetery. They done seen enough about all them cars and got them tinted early. Need a Bentley with an Audemars and we ain't living dirty. It's crazy, this my dream and now I'm living it. They see what I done did with it. Screaming at my penmanship, it seems like I ain't in it. I kick my feet up on the jet and I just reminisce. I remember we was in the jet, ain't think I live like this. But I did by the rollie, I'm ahead of my time, baby. You know that I'm ahead of my time. You can take these diamonds on my neck and I can bet I'ma shine, baby. Man, I bet I can shine. Coast to coast, I'm going and I'm flowing on the PJ. I've been touring.
NBA days, and the next generation of each will be on full display here tonight. Cameron and Caden Boozer both committed to Duke, and Kiyan Anthony committed to Syracuse, following in the family traditions. You'll see both out on the court. Melo, per usual, repping New York. He is always around. You remember him during the Olympics, by the way, how into every single game he was?
Yes, absolutely. That's why listening to Chris Bosh just talk about all his experiences. I mean, these guys take pride in playing for the red, white, and blue, and are very fond of their experiences and their teammates, and they remember every moment of it.
Melo and Kiyan were going to every men's and women's United States game.
Yes.
Steal in the backcourt, just a lazy pass. Crump takes it away. Skinner, pump, one dribble pull. Weak side board tapped around. So 2.5 to play. The U.S. has outscored the world 15-8 in this fourth quarter. Hines just went right into traffic and had it blocked.
That time, Team USA had several players back ready to contest. You remember Team World was getting some easy looks at the rim? Not there.
Shovel, and it rolls out of bounds. A turnover. Change on either side as Chavez will check back in for Skinner. And now Popovich and Sumfay both come in as Hines and McDowell sit. So Shales, Risa Shea, Sumfay, Hines, Popovich. Who am I missing on here?
Sissy.
Sissy, thank you. Are the 5 for the world. Chavez, Davidson, Johnson, Betts, and Crump, the 5 for the U.S. Approaching 2 minutes to play. Risa Shea. Drive, spin, hook it to the outside. Popovich thought about it.
Really good defense by Team USA on strong side.
Sumfay put it on the deck with 3 to shoot. Had it ripped. Taken away by Johnson. Get it up. Davidson right back. Johnson just lost it out of bounds.
But the United States has played excellent defense in the last couple of possessions. Getting back, getting the stops they need, just not able to capitalize on the other end there.
1:45 left. The world feels like they've got to score on this possession. Risa Shea is going to sit. Burek, who has not played a ton, will check in. Popovich breaks the pressure. Nice job going to the ball by Shales. Pull the midi, rolls home. 90 seconds to play in the 3rd Women's Nike Hoop Summit. Betts face. Good defense by Sissi to get it out of her hands. Now Davidson will look to drive on Sissi. Hook it inside. Betts with the size and the deuce.
The game has felt very differently in the second half when Sienna Betts has been in the game. I mean, she has given them an option consistently on offense. She's been there to contest shots on the low block. She's been exceptional.
Burek with a bounce, give and go, knock away. Crump got the hand, and it's taken away by the United States. The 22nd turnover for Team World. They will bleed this clock down as long as they can as Chavez works on Popovich, had it knocked out of bounds. What a finish for USA after Team World just grabbed the momentum at the end of the second and third quarters. There was never going to be another run here in the fourth. The United States closing the door at a high level.
Yeah, there were a couple of spurts. Jazzy Davidson was very involved, got some runouts. The defense was definitely much better with Sienna Betts on the floor. Here she is again, just muscling up on the rebound. Those two players really stand out as kind of the fuel for this fire for Team USA here late in the game.
Betts 12 points, 8 rebounds, 2 assists, and 5 steals in 22 minutes. Remember, she didn't play a ton in the first half because of the early foul trouble. And the Worlds did a good job of getting to the free throw line late in the second, at times in the third, but have barely gone to the charity stripe in this fourth quarter, as the United States has defended without fouling and forced a ton of turnovers. Get it in for Sumfay, likely the final possession for the World. Bounce it. Yetch has had a fantastic game. Tried to squeeze it in. Betts nearly took it away. Sumfay gets it back. Forced it up, no. Yetch with the offensive rebound and a travel.
Lost her balance.
Fitting, given the way that the United States ramped up the defensive pressure through this game. that a turnover would send it back to them. The 23rd Team World turnover here tonight. With the shot clock off, the United States will likely call off the dogs. Chavez will pound it out. And that's how this third annual Women's Nike Hoops Summit will come to a close. The United States 3-0 against Team World with a 90-78 victory here in Portland. The U.S. with 5 different players hitting double figures, and they go plus 18 in three-point shooting, going 10 for 25 from the outside.
I am always excited when it comes to women's basketball, but even more so watching this game and seeing where the future of the sport is, both here for Team USA, these players going off to play college basketball next, futures in the WNBA, aspirations, and then the international game as well, and how the world is growing with the girls and women's basketball that's being played all over the globe.
It's cool. We're getting a chance to see some of the recruits that are heading to some similar schools, take some photos together, some that have played together at the high school level, getting a memory that'll last a lifetime. And what a day it was for both Sienna Betts and the hometown hero, Jazzy Davidson, with Jordan Cornette.
You know, Noah, I think Jazzy at this point might be tired of seeing me, but when you perform like that, Jazzy, naturally we're going to want to talk to you. Look, this is the world team. Gave you all you could handle, but you guys had a counter response. What was that response?
Yeah, I mean, they're amazing players, and, you know, we kind of got ourselves a close game a little bit, so we just knew we had to rally together and rely on each other and not give up any more points at the free throw line.
An incredible honor to play in this game, but another opportunity for you to play in front of your home crowd as you step off this floor for now what will be a last time in front of your Portland group. What does that mean to you?
I'm just so grateful. I mean, this community's been amazing to me over the years, and I'm just so grateful to be able to play in front of them one last time. So.
This experience over the last few days with so many talented young women, you see the explosion of the game and where it's at. It's in a great place. What has this week been like for you, Jazzy?
I mean, it's been so much fun. I'm getting to play with some of my best friends, and I don't get to see them all the time, so it's really special to me. And obviously, playing for USA in front of my home crowd is something I can't really describe. So.
Best is still yet to come for you, Jazzy. We appreciate the time. Great game today.
What a day it was for Jazzy Davidson. 17 points, 7 rebounds, 6 assists, 3 steals, and 3 blocks. That'll do it for the women. The men coming up next after USA beats the world 88-78 in our first of the doubleheader.
Get luxury without the splurge with Taco Bell's new $5, $7, and $9 Lux Cravings boxes.
All right, guys, that is it. We have just watched the 2025 Nike Hoop Summit. ZaKiyah Johnson, Grace Knox, Bella Hines, they all did a wonderful, amazing job. I think we have an amazing freshman class. We are going to watch them all again on the 18th, and we are also going to have a chance finally to watch Divine Barrage, who is our other 5-star commit in the class. She is going to be participating as well in the Jordan Brand Classic game. That is on the 18th. I will be streaming it. It's at 3 p.m. Central Time or 2 p.m. Central. I'll set the reminder and, send the notification out, of course. So thank you again so much for watching with me. Monday, we're going to watch Anissa get drafted, and then we'll watch the Jordan game. And then it's going to be WNBA season. We'll be watching Angel Reese return to Chicago. We'll be watching Anissa or whatever team she gets drafted to. So yeah, definitely make sure you hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, share it with a friend who likes to watch live watch parties. Thank you guys so much for being active in the chat. If you guys have any questions or anything, definitely feel free to email me or reach out to me on X. Love you all so much. Thanks for your support, and I hope you guys have a wonderful night. Thank you.